Yo, are you ready for the Astro-Weather week? Hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day. Scorpio full moon, Sagittarius moon, Capricorn moon. We're talking about May 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th. And I got some podcasts coming up for you. Eric Taylor, BigEAstro. Pew! Grand rising, good people. How are you? Hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day. Did you do good with that Scorpio moon square Leo and Mars? We had a nice time. I was honoring my mother and my beautiful, amazing wife. We got her some awesome gifts, some new crystals and different things to help her sleep, and just new water bottle, and went out to eat. We had a great time with the family and the four sons, and God is good. So, and I forgot I didn't get to show you guys on Friday. So I got Sabale Pure Lavender Lemongrass. Okay. So we're gonna have to show this. Do a little unboxing. See, I took the top off. She's got beautiful packaging. And title thing here. I'll just show the whole thing. We'll spin it around. But this is the lavender lemongrass. Oh my God, this is so yummy. Okay, so we're gonna get a live, put a little squirt in my hand and rub that in the hair. It smells so good and refreshing. And I put a little squirt, boop, 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 oil in the hair. Massage it in. So, yeah, go to sabalepure.com, SABALI pure.com. And, getting my locks retwisted on Friday. But this oil is so good and so hydrating. And she's got the trace mineral deodorant, the organic tooth powder, and the lip balms that are real thick. They last like 3-4 months. So with this oil, it's so good for your face, your hair, your body. So the Scorpio full moon, it's coming up. Right now we're doing 9 a.m., 12 noon Eastern. So the Scorpio full moon, as we see it right now, it's at 21 degrees, and it's going to be at 22 degrees. And we also have that yod with it, with Chiron and Jupiter, right? And so there's something about, right, kind of transmuting our beliefs and our traumas and pains, and really kind of like going through the metamorphosis of Scorpio. Also, the sun being in a trine to the Virgo South Node, it's like we have the ability to kind of heal things from our past and to walk into a new reality. As I said, transmute in order to transform. You can watch my Scorpio full moon video. The Scorpio full moon video is out. It's been out. And, Taurus season is winding down. You got to book a Taurus birth chart sale, natal, slow return, second year progression. You could book it at BigEAstrology.com. Well, actually, no, you got to email me directly for the sales. Eric at BigEAstrology.com. It's either 206, 90 minutes via Zoom, down from 250, or the custom video summary and 30-minute Q&A, normally 350, down to 305. Okay, and you get transits and everything with that. Mini movie of your life, really potent and powerful. And, we're getting to a place where we're going to start to see a lot of shifts. Obviously, Mercury over the weekend just went into Taurus. It's going to be squaring Pluto for this full moon today. And we're also seeing this, getting ready for Saturn to go into Aries on the 24th. I'll be putting that video out this week, today or tomorrow. Just really busy. And I'm going to make some changes to the Lunch with Eric IG Live. I'll be on today. I'll probably announce it. I'll be on, should be on, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll be talking about the Pluto generation. So hopefully this is up before I get that out, just depending on my schedule this morning. But I think just because I really gotta buckle down, I'm probably gonna do lunch with Eric Mondays and Friday, probably Monday and Friday. Just because I got a lot of charts, but I've got to finish this book and my community. So I need to really direct and focus my time and make some of the changes, But I'm sure I'll come back in the fall with that. But that may be the late spring and summer schedule, just Monday and Friday. We'll see. But I love that everybody comes on Lunch with Eric. It means a lot to me. So let's get to the chart for the Astro-Weather week as we rock with the Scorpio full moon and then the waning moon in Sagittarius and Capricorn, my wife and my moons. So I'm a Cap moon, Virgo sun, Scorpio rising. And really, this is a potent, powerful day. This is one of the most intense, emotional, powerful full moons. I hope you have a good day today. I put out my crystals in my moon water last night. That moon was beautiful last night. I'm sure it's going to be still beautiful tonight. And it will finish up today at around 27 degrees on the East Coast and 28 on the West Coast. So tomorrow, 12 noon, we'll be looking at the Sag moon. Should be at around 3 or 4 degrees, okay? So we'll have that for Tuesday, Wednesday, un poquito Thursday, and then we'll finish up Thursday for a Cap Aquarius moon weekend, all right? So Eric Taylor, BigEAstrology. Happy Taurus season. Hope we're doing well out there. So much in the news with deals with China and England and going to talk to Saudi Arabia and Qatar and Iran and the Pope. And he's, got some Italian and got some Creole and Haitian and all this different stuff. Listen, what does it really matter? You know what I mean? His family was mulatto, but then they went to white. They weren't really claiming it. So don't get all hyped up. And unfortunately, the Pope is just really this figurehead. But, there's a lot of nefarious things and, essays and stuff around, him and not him per se, but like popes or bishops or cardinals that were around him that he protected. I don't know. So let's just stay focused and positive on our ascension, vibrating from our heart chakra and trying to do the work, but building communities online. And I'm hoping this week to finish up Buddy Boss so I can announce it to you guys so you can start joining either $5 or $18 a month. It's going to be an amazing community, and I'm just going to be so honored to deliver this for the collective. All right, I love you. And let's enjoy the week, man. I wished a lot of the people that I'm in contact with happy Mother's Day. And I always honor my mom, and I miss her, and I love her. She was the best. All right, Eric Taylor, BigEAstrology, Astro-Weather week. Let's get to Monday, May 12th, the chart, BigEAstrology. Make it happen Monday, the day of the moon, and I forgot to announce tomorrow, Tuesday night. Email me today, let me know. We're going to have the Sinners. We're going to look at the Sinners chart in the movie, and we're going to talk about it probably like an hour, maybe hour, 15 minutes, 8 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday, and that is May 13th. Okay, that's my buddy R.I.P. Kwame, one of my Taurus, and then Wednesday will be my sister London, rest in power. I miss you, sis. So yeah, just email me so I can send you the link if you want to come. I'll be sending out the link Tuesday afternoon, but let me know. It's a free gift to you guys talking about the movie Sinners and chit-chatting, and wifey will be there. All right, Eric at BigEAstrology.com. Let me know you want to come. I'll be sending out the link on Tuesday. So, see the Taurus moon over here, 21 degrees. And this is 12 noon, 9 a.m. Pacific. So the full moon, I think, is just about, I think it's at 37, 1237 or 1231, I can't remember. Like I said, the video's on my website. So this is basically the energy. And so you see the Mars now at 6 degrees. And we're well into the Taurus Capricorn Deacon. My Knicks lost, got spanked. The Pacers up 3-1. Minnesota's up 2-1, just like the Knicks. They have big game 4 tonight. Hopefully the Knicks can go up and Minnesota goes up 3-1. And then Oklahoma City tied it up. Nuggets are looking tired. And that series is 2-2 going back to Oklahoma City. So they're back to having, home court advantage again. So we'll see what happens if Curry comes back for the Warriors. Uranus is definitely getting ready, right? Moving along. Still in the sextile to the North Node in Ceres, and still with Saturn. Saturn, May 24th, right? You see, we're getting closer. Is now remember, when it gets to this 29th degree, I think that there's going to be some definitely interesting things about pharmaceuticals. Oh, today, what had happened? President Trump announced trying to bring down the pharmaceuticals and the drug prescriptions, 80% or something. So that sounds really good. I don't care if you're a Democrat, whatever. I mean, anybody's got to be happy with that if that can happen. And the pharmaceutical companies are not happy about it. And it seems like him and Benjamin Netanyahu, are falling apart, and Trump is stepping away from Israel, which some people may not like, but I think it's a positive thing. So we'll see how this all plays out. And Jupiter's starting to square for this full moon too, the North Node, right? They're getting closer. So you see this Taurus Sun conjunct Uranus, and there's a lot of downloads and hits to get in nature today. Mars, we kind of got a fixed T-square, right, with Mars, Mercury, and Pluto, and Pluto and Aquarius. And it's an emphasis on really our possessions, being practical and pragmatic about our communications and our analytical, logical mind. What do we really value? How can we transmute, right, things out of our lives, say goodbye to the old versions, old systems, so we can move forward for the Scorpio full moon with an emotional clarity, spiritual discipline, because we're also having the Scorpio full moon, right, trining the North Node, okay? So this is about us, transforming into our destiny of our spiritual practice and spiritual path, because we're spiritual beings, okay? So not only do we need to become more sovereign, we need to really focus on who we are and who we really have always been, the Taurus Sun trine the Virgo South Node, as souls, right? This is the map of your life and the remembrance of your soul, the natal birth chart, okay? So really just think about that. But you've got the Chiron and the Jupiter, right, kind of, in that sextile, and then they're making a yod to the moon, okay? So that lets you know the finger of God is on the Scorpio full moon, and you got the Jupiter and the Chiron in Aries, all right? So it's the sextile pointing towards the Scorpio full moon. So there's a lot of emphasis on our transformation. So we must transmute to transform. And it's going to be an interesting day, but just know that, there's no going back. There's no going back since 2020 or 2012, but there's really no going back after this moon in terms of our ascension and the revelation and truth that's going to be revealed here on planet Earth about our galactic family, under the oceans, in the skies, interdimensional, interstellar, truth and revelation about finances and health. A lot is going to be coming out soon. A lot is going to be revealed. So just get ready, ground in earth and nature, connect in your crystals, and have a wonderful Scorpio full moon. And do not hold on. You must release and transmute, shoot out these intense emotions, because it's the way to move forward. Anything that you keep in with the Scorpio full moon is very toxic, can give you colon, ovarian, and prostate cancer. So for real, those intense emotions, you Scorpio moons, you are the most dynamic moons for like healing and transformation, but there's a lot of toxic energy there with intense emotions, self-sabotage, emotional abuse, stuff like that. So we want to really, how can we alchemize and move forward in a positive way with this energy? have a wonderful Scorpio full moon. And I'll see you on, let's get to Tuesday for May 13th, Astro-Weather Week, Big Astrology. Pew. Think about it, Tuesday, the day of Mars. Are you coming to Sinners tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday, May 13th? Happy birthday, Kwame. Oh, hey, Nee. I miss my brother, my roommate at college, Philly cheesesteak. Great Taurus guy. And God bless his kids and everybody. So 3 degrees. Okay, I said 3 or 4. So should finish up at around 10 on the West Coast, 9 on the East Coast. For the Sagittarius moon, and then tomorrow 9 a.m. and 12 noon we should be rocking at like 16 degrees, okay, at 12 noon Eastern. So the Sag moon is definitely about its wisdom, beliefs, and philosophies. It's going to be in a trine today to Mars and Leo, okay. We're going to have a grand fire trine because we're also going to be in that trine with Venus and Neptune. So, this is where we can really be in the flow emotionally about relationships, take action, initiate for business and in pleasure. But there's also about kind of that new dream car, new dream job, new dream relationship that, we have to really be open to that intense passion and really to go for it, right? Fire signs initiate, they're assertive and aggressive, especially Aries. But Leo and Sag, it's like, they're like, hello, here I is, right? There's not really hesitation. So that's what Tuesday is about, the day of the planet Mars. Great day to exercise, great day to make a painting, shoot a movie, great day to go hiking, spend time in nature. The weather's going to cool down out here. We got a hot one today, you guys, 98, but then we got 88, 83, and then we get back to 89 and 91 on Thursday and Friday. So I'm looking forward to Tuesday and Wednesday. Today's a hot one, Monday. But you know what I mean? Like this Sag moon, it's good for relationships. This is a good day, actually, Tuesday. Go, when you're running your errands, I'm going to tell wifey, get the car clean too. Okay. So now the Taurus sun, 23 degrees, right? Getting closer to Uranus. This is where you can really tap in. Now the Sag moon is also not going to be squaring anything in Pisces today. No, not even to Eros. But, and we'll see more of it on Tuesday and Wednesdays, the squares to Jupiter and Saturn and stuff like that, as the Sag moon moves along. Okay, more so early Wednesday morning as you're, sleeping and then awakening, you'll feel those square energies. And this is where we don't really think we have a ceasefire with India and Pakistan. So, we have to just also watch out what's going on, as Trump is in the Middle East and deals with Iran and Qatar and the UAE and all this stuff, Saudi Arabia. And, supposedly Trump got a hostage released today in Israel. So hopefully that goes well. We just need peace. You know what I mean? We really do need peace. And some people don't seem like they want peace. So hopefully that can change. Now, Lilith is still doing its dance in Scorpio. And we've got to really, it's about your EQ. It is definitely about your EQ. But the Sag moon is also, everything's going to be Wednesday in terms of squaring the Virgo South Node and the nodes, which are now at 24 degrees. Well, no, still at 25, okay? The regular node, not the mean position. So walk into that energy. Jupiter is moving along because June 9th, it's going in. So that's going to start to speed up. So you're going to see May The rest of May, this Jupiter is going to start boogieing. It's at 23 degrees. It'll be moving this week. And, we'll see it start to move forward. So Jupiter Gemini, this is where we could still get a lot of information, a lot of data, and a lot of truth from the Scorpio full moon revealed about traumas and about people who could not initiate and assert their I am energy. So there could be some lists coming out. I doubt we'll ever get, the full, although the in the courtroom they did release that Diddy list, and that pretty intense, all the people in there. I don't know if we'll ever, find out or anybody will ever be prosecuted from Diddy or Epstein. Good to see Albie Shore alive and speaking up and speaking out. I think he's going to testify against Diddy. He thinks that Diddy definitely was trying to kill him, drugged him, poisoned him, almost died. So, all right, let's get to Wednesday, Astro-Weather week. And I'm recording a powerful podcast today with Ken Elliott, and he wrote the book Manifest 1, 2, 3, and he is going to be on my podcast today, and I'll be releasing that out tomorrow. So look for that tomorrow afternoon, probably around 2 or 3 p.m. Eastern, somewhere in there, okay? Probably closer to 3. And it's going to be a great week. So enjoy this Sag moon. Definitely move your hips and thighs, get out in nature and exercise, and start thinking about your summer trips. BigE Astrology. Pew. All right, Astro-Weather week. Wednesday the 14th, Merciless, journaling, lungs, jump rope, breath work. Remember Tuesday we lift the arms up, exercise, bench press. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, the best day is this Sag moon, 15 degrees. It's moving a little slow, Lucy. So 15 and 6 is what? 21. West Coast should be 22. Tomorrow we should see it at 28, but it may be 27 at 12 noon. So, for Thursday. But this is Wednesday. So that lets you know we'll get to the Capricorn moon probably around 4 p.m. Eastern. Okay? So that'll be for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Aquarius moon Saturday, Sunday. So that's what we're looking at. But this Sag moon, definitely at 15 degrees, coming off that trine to Mars, really good energy. And the trine to Venus and Neptune, it'll be headed towards Chiron, the Sag moon, the Taurus. Now, this is at the Pisces degree. It's the Taurus Capricorn deacon. Definitely a very compassionate energy. The Sag moon, it's like sharing its knowledge. It's a teaching moon. And it's going to get to late tonight squaring Eros. So Wednesday night love affair is ending. I don't know. But we definitely want to be in the flow on Wednesday. Not really opposing Jupiter and Gemini, right? We got Regal. It'll be opposing Regal. And so this may be a day where, there's questions about journalism or writing. What's the truth? What's the information people are sharing? That could be kind of interesting in terms of, the newspapers and stuff. Do people read newspapers anymore? I mean, I don't even know, God, I used to love getting my newspapers. Now, Mercury's moving along, already at 7 degrees. And this Taurus sun is really now in that trine, sextile to the Pisces North Node, okay? And really trining the Virgo South Node. And so the sun trining the South Node, it's a way to kind of like be introspective about, some of the things that you maybe used to work on in terms of your values and possessions. And this is where maybe you clean out your closet, right? The spring cleaning and some of your antiques and see what's worth money and value, right? We were doing some football cards with my son, and he went to the place and he was seeing the value of some of his old football cards, from older players and things like that, and purchasing new cards. And he got some Hall of Famers. It's cute. The Taylor twins is really exciting. And yeah, today should be a good day and good week. My boy's back in school after some traumas and all that, and hopefully it works out good this week. So enjoy your Wednesday. Let's get to Thursday with Astro-Weather and Lilith. Lilith is still doing its thing in Scorpio. I feel like Lilith is going to be dancing into Sag soon. But it's just kind of right there in the middle, or, yeah, what's that, 13 degrees. So let's get to Thursday, and soon Mercury will be opposing it. So we'll start to feel that depending on how Lilith moves tomorrow, all right? And Venus is pulling away. You're not going to feel that conjunction so much longer. It's 8 degrees, you still feel it, but as Saturn gets ready to come in, oh, look, Ceres has moved past Saturn. So, they're both at the anaretic degree. So this is interesting because look for Wednesday, some news about our waters, maybe about the fluoride, and looking about, species or different types of food from the ocean and sea. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting. Hopefully this is not bringing up any, fighting in the oceans and Navy and the wars, but should be some interesting stuff about, and then also about the pharmaceuticals. Okay, so this is where there could be interesting, stuff after what Trump announced. Just pay attention to that. Saturn conjunct Ceres at the anaretic degree. Could be some extreme flooding. Definitely, watch out for, the islands, and definitely watch out for some stuff in Indonesia, Japan, Thailand, and things like that as well. All right? Astro Weather Week, let's get to Thursday, the 14th. My sister London's birthday. Gosh, she was so much fun. BigEAstrology. All right, try it Thursday. So Wednesday was my sister's birthday, the 14th. And now this is the 15th, Thursday. And let's see how this Sag moon is doing as it gets ready to wrap up in Sag and move to Capricorn. So, Lucy. And Juno is still retrograde in Scorpio. And the Sag moon, 27. Okay, so 3 will be 0. Should finish up at around 3 degrees, maybe 4 on the West Coast. So we will get to the Cap moon a little bit after 5 p.m. Okay, so you get ready for that. So this Sag moon early in the morning as you're sleeping is opposing Jupiter, squaring the node, squaring Saturn and Ceres. Okay, when it moves in, it will kind of be, on the Cap moon trining Mercury. You'll feel that trine more so on Friday morning, okay? So, but the Cap moon will be real nice, even though it's debilitated. There's also that energy of the hard work, right, for Thursday and building things. You'll feel that Thursday night going into Friday. The school year is getting ready to wrap up. A lot of people on the West Coast and the South. Kids, the last 2 weeks of school. East Coast, they go to the end of June. And then before you know it, we're going to have Memorial Day weekend and my Gemini's birthday. He's going to be 16. Wow. I can't believe it, man. Got to save up some money trying to help this kid get a car, but he's got to get a job, He's got to get a job. You got to have these kids earn stuff, right, and work hard. I was working since I was 14 and before that. So he hasn't really been like working. He's been kind of working. So, yeah, and then Uranus and the Sun conjunction's even stronger. We're wrapping up Taurus season, and remember we start the cusp on the 28th, the cusp of energy, right? Notorious Biggs in that cusp, marvelous Marvin Hagler, and that's going to get us into I think May 18th to the 22nd this year, and sometimes 19th to the 23rd. Okay, so. But yeah, we're at 25, so 3 days, Friday, Saturday. So yeah, Sunday will start that cusp, okay? So yeah, enjoy this Thursday. Definitely watch out stuff with the flooding, and this moon is going to be activating some stuff. And there could be some real interesting rhetoric around, you know, ceasefires and wars and who's on whose side, strategic stuff, Sag Moon, right? Squaring Saturn and Ceres. But this is also where we've got to internally in ourselves kind of see how we are feeling restricted around our wisdom, beliefs, and philosophies, right? And what we may need to adjust and change in our own personal lives, all right? Um, you know, now the Cap Moon on Saturday will trine the Taurus Sun before it leaves, right? And I told you Friday will trine Mercury, so that'll be nice. So enjoy the week. It should be a pretty good week, astro weather-wise. You know, pay attention. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, some interesting things, and definitely some Wednesday, Thursday things around the waters and flooding and pharmaceuticals as well. Okay? But we got a Scorpio, full moon, Sag moon, a Capricorn moon, and I hope I see you at Sinners Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll be talking about the chart and the movie as a group. Should be a lot of fun. Eric Taylor, BigEAstrology, Astro Weather Week. Oh, and Wednesday, on the 14th, on my sister's birthday, is going to be perfect. I will be live at Missy's Mysteries, 1 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so we got back-to-back podcasts. I think we're up to what, 335, so 336 and 337. It's going to be Ken Elliott and Missy Cipriano, Missy's Mysteries, live from her store. So that's going to be really beautiful, metaphysical shop. And she's going to talk about her tarot card gifts and different things. She's been working on some different spiritual stuff. So we're going to learn a lot about that. I'm really excited. Missy is fantastic. And then I'll be there live this Saturday doing astrology readings, natal charts, Saturn returns, and love chart readings. So make sure you come there if you're in Scottsdale, North Scottsdale. And that'll be on Saturday from 11 to 5. So, and then on Sunday, I'm speaking in Peoria, sharing about my NDE and kind of the lessons that I've learned to share with the collective about it. Really focusing on love, faith, and gratitude, and just this life, this eternal life. All right, I love you, Eric Taylor, BigEAstrology, Astro Weather Week. That's it, Astro Weather Week. RIPs and happy birthdays to Kwame, my good roommate and one of my best friends from college and one of my best friends in life. I lost him 11 years ago on May 1st, right before his birthday. And then my sister London, May 14th. I lost her, 14 years ago on 2011 in the summer. So, yeah, this is my Tauruses, man. I told you, my mother, my sister, and one of my best friends. So, I love you, Taurus. But yeah, definitely get the lavender lemongrass. This is yummy. Oh my God, it's so good. It feels good. You see, it's a big bottle, check on sabalepure.com and check out the pricing, everything. You know, she's got everything printed on her ingredients, and yeah, lavender, lemongrass, but such quality, and it smells so good. All right, so. But yeah, make sure you email me, Eric at BigEAstrology.com for the Taurus birth chart sale, which ends on the graphic. It says May 19th, but the sun switches on the 20th midday, so I wanted to give Tauruses till the 20th. And then for sinners, I'll be sending out that Zoom link on Tuesday afternoon, and we'll meet Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, for about hour and 10 minutes, talking about sinners. I cannot wait. It's going to be fun. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Hopefully you saw the movie. I was trying to give everybody time. I had to see it myself. And pretty interesting, pretty interesting movie. And we're going to talk about it, right? About Stack and the brothers and just everything. And Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler and everything. So enjoy this Scorpio full moon. Remember, don't stay fixed and stubborn, and you've got to be willing to cleanse and release, transmute to transform, and move forward in a new direction. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. We just have to in life. Everything is not fluffy gummy bears and pillows for us. We've got to be able to thrive and strive. Right? Look at olive oil, right? In the extreme heats of the desert in Morocco, it's the best olive oil, right? So, with pressure comes greatness. So we got this. And just spread the love, right? Don't get into these debates. I'm telling you, man, I listen to some of these people on TikTok. Do you guys ever check that out? Whether it's a MAGA room or a Democratic room, and the vitriol and the hate and the arrogance that people have. And God forbid you go up there and you're like an independent, they just like chew you up like, oh, that's stupid. It's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Because you have to understand that it's like supporting either side, you're still caught up in the programming of the matrix, and there's no different between them. They just talk a different rhetoric and game, but they wind up in the same place and same results. Okay, I know you don't want to hear that, but it's just look at history. It's proven itself to be the truth. I mean, come on. I mean, we act like things are just new since 2016. No, Fugazi's Fugazi. I love you. Eric Taylor, BigEAstrology. Just vibrate from the heart. And I hope you guys had a wonderful Mother's Day. And I miss you, Mom, and I thank my wife. I can't thank her enough. What she did for my mother, what she does for me and my kids. She's an amazing woman, an amazing wife, and I'm so glad that I found her and asked her to marry me. And our anniversary, 17 years, is coming up on June 30th. God is good all the time. Astro-Weather Week, BigEAstrology, May 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. Scorpio, Sagittarius, and my Capricorn moon. Later.